Hello students, I am Kamlesh Kumar. Welcome to all of you at my YouTube channel Social Science Academy. In the previous video, we started the chapter Fundamental Rights, Fundamental Duties and Directive Principles of State Policy. In that video, we have defined what do we mean by fundamental rights, and we have seen that Indian Constitution has given the list of 6 fundamental rights. In this video, now we are going to separately deal with each fundamental rights. So let us first begin with the right to equality. Under right to equality, 5 rights have been given. The first one is equality before law, means in the eyes of the law, each and every citizen of India will be treated equally. There will be no discrimination on the basis of poverty, richness, region, religion, caste. So suppose if an individual do the same crime, and if he or she is poor, and another individual do the same crime which is rich, there will be no discrimination in the eyes of law. The punishment will be same for both the individual. Now second provision in this right is prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Suppose you belong to particular religious communities or belong to particular race, caste, sex, boys, girls, transgender, so place of birth. So if anybody discriminate on that ground, it will be a punishable offense and it will be violation of your fundamental rights, and you can claim in the court. You can directly move to the Supreme Court in that violation of the case. Third one is equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. Suppose if government gives an advertisement for public employment, that is for government jobs, every individual are eligible to apply for that. There will be certain restrictions, eligibility condition, age, educational qualification. That is the essential educational qualification, and those people who comes under those age criteria, those educational qualification, they are all be given equal opportunity to get that employment. So that is also comes under right to equality. Abolition of untouchability. So India has a long history of casteism. The society of India is based on caste system. Some of the people belong to the upper caste and some of the people belong to the lower caste. So the lower strata or the lower caste people have been treated badly in the history, and some of the people belong to untouchables. So if anybody discriminate or gives any derogatory remarks on those persons, that will be also an punishable offense. Abolition of titles. In the previous classes, like in 6th and 7th, you might have studied the ancient and medieval Indian history. So you must have seen over there that some of the kings and rulers adopted some titles like Samrat, Rajadhiraj, Maharajadhiraj, Ekrat. So such titles are prohibited. Nobody can adopt such titles after the implementation of the Indian Constitution. So anybody is not able to adopt such titles. Some of the exceptions are there, that the military or the force personals can adopt some titles like major, general, brigadier. So that are exceptions over there. So these are the 5 items which comes under the right to equality. Now let us move to the next right, that is right to freedom. Freedom, right to freedom. Under this right, six freedoms have been given, or some other freedoms have been given to the every citizens of the country. So first one is freedom of speech and expression. Whatever you feel about certain issues, you can uh, give your uh, concern. You can express your feelings in school, in society, in news channel, television, wherever you want to express your feeling. You have been given freedom from the constitution. Freedom to assemble peacefully and without arms means, if you are dissatisfied with any organization, any government, any private or public authorities, and you want to protest them, or you want to assemble some people in support of your views, so you can call assembly of people. But the condition is that that assembly must be without arms, that should be peaceful assembly. And third one is freedom to form associations and unions. Means every groups in society can form association, like example, students unions are there, labor union are there, farmers associations are there. So that associations have been formed under this right to freedom. Freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India. So wherever the territory of India in the mainland, whether it is in the mainland or outside the mainland, like Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep, so every Indian citizens are free to move over there. So if you want to visit such sites, you are free to move over there. Now, fifth item is freedom to reside and settle in any part of India. If you have money, you are earning good, and you want to settle in Gujarat, you want to settle in Mumbai, every citizens have been given to freedom to settle anywhere in India. Sixth one is freedom to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business. Suppose you are studying in class 8, and after 6 or 7 or 10 years, when you will get appropriate degrees, and whatever profession you want to choose, you are free. The freedom has been given by the constitution. Nobody will force you that you have to practice such occupation or such business only. You are free to do any type of business. That freedom has been given by the constitution of India. Right to freedom also includes the following provisions. Some extra provisions also, let us discuss it. Protection in respect of conviction for an offense. Suppose you have been convicted for an offense, you are free to protect yourself. You are free to keep your views in front of court. Protection of life and personal liberty. Nobody will hamper your life and your personal liberty. You are free. The freedom has been given by the constitution. Protection against arbitrary arrest and detention. Suppose you after arrest, you think that the police has arrested you on the basis of confusion. So you will be given an opportunity to show your opinion that these are the evidences and you have been arbitrarily arrested. So that is the provision. And one important thing, right to education in article 21A, we will deal separately in next 2 or 3 minutes. So one important thing is here, one fact. In August 2017, a 9 bench judge headed by the Chief Justice of India unanimously arrived at the landmark verdict declaring right to privacy as a fundamental right, which could have a bearing on several aspects of law, lifestyle, or governance. So, right to privacy may be considered as the one of the fundamental right. Now let us move to the right to education. Right to education was included in the Constitution in 2002 for the first time as a fundamental right. Very important fact. You can learn it, memorize it for the examination point of view. And another important point, according to this, the state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children in age group of 6 to 14 years. This is very, very important. In examination, you could be asked that what age group has been covered under the right to education, 6 to 14 years. So these are the important things. Now third one is right against exploitation. Right against prohibits under this right, two sub rights has been given, that is prohibition of traffic in human beings. Prohibition traffic in human beings means sale and purchase of human beings. This is you should know. Traffic in human beings means sale and purchase of human beings. So Constitution prohibits it, restricts it. All forms of forced labor and begar. All forms of forced labor and begar means you are not exploited. Means somebody you are performing some labor, means you will be given some remuneration for that. Nobody will liable. That will be an offense. So prohibition. Next one is prohibition of employment of children below the age of 14 years. Means below the 14 years, nobody will be employed in the factories, mines, and hazardous occupation. Hazardous occupations means very dangerous, very serious occupations which pose risks to the life of children. So these are the three rights, important rights. Now let us discuss one fact here. Right to information was given the status of fundamental right in 2005. And yet another important fact for the examination point of view. Right to information was given a status of fundamental right in which year? 2005. This right enables people to seek information from the government, departments, and institutions on the matters affecting the society. So, however, information may be denied if it is likely to impair the security of the country. Means, under right to information, you can get information from various departments of the government, but if it is very confidential for the security of the country and for it will pose risk to the country, then that information will be not shared with you under the Right to Information Act. So that's all about three fundamental rights. In next video we will also discuss about the rest of the fundamental rights. Till then, keep watching. Thanks and have a nice day. Thank you.